Fans, we are live back on the HannibalTV.com. Happy Saturday, everyone. My name is Jack Kilby, Executive Vice President of Great North Wrestling, and I'm here to follow up on the match announcement a couple of days ago for the June 29th Schools Out Slam in Napanee, Ontario. And that would be Rene Dupree against the prodigy, Nathan Banner. The fans that are aware of Mr. Dupree's career know that he is a very qualified individual to perhaps be the Canadian champion, multi-time WWE Tag Team Champion, and he in fact did receive a shot at the Canadian title held by Magnum McLaren this past November at the GNW Renfrew Reckoning show. However, after the match, he was unsuccessful and began to petition and demand, quote unquote, a rematch for the title. As a result of that, I've given it some serious thought along with the Great North Wrestling Executive Committee, and I have determined that Mr. Dupree did not earn a rematch at this time because, again, he was unsuccessful in defeating Magnum McLaren by either pinfall or submission, and in fact is guilty of some significant misconduct, unsportsmanlike behavior that I will lay out for the fans to be aware of in case they missed it. And it involves myself. As you see in this still, Rene actually got a hold of my briefcase that I maintain significantly valuable papers and other items in at all times and was going to use it against Magnum. You'll see here, I was trying to reason with him and talk him out of stooping to such a low tactic to win the title, but unfortunately, he got me good, right on the top of my head, no protection. I was not expecting it. I will give you this, Rene. You're quite powerful and definitely fast. And the end result is me, as you can see, the force etched on Rene's face that he put into that shot. The end result is me crumpling to the floor. I was concussed for approximately, I would say, a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I was out cold, definitely with a concussion that took me out of my other career for about 2 weeks, where I was in a dark room, light sensitive, unable to do much of anything at all. And here's the end result of Mr. Dupree's actions. That was my briefcase. You can see the latch was completely taken off and the end split. So again, when you're talking about a man who weighs in the neighborhood of 260 pounds, very powerful, smashing you on the head full force, that's the outcome. So as a result of that conduct, I made the decision to find an individual who would meet force with force, if you will, to basically, as it's known, throw the rule book out of the window. And I found just such a man who is no stranger to Great North Wrestling, who has held gold in this company, and that would be the prodigy Nathan Banner. Nathan is a well-experienced veteran at this time, but he is definitely a monster of the midway come to life. He stands at 6'4" and weighs in excess of 300 pounds. His phrase that he likes to use is violent by nature, destructive by choice, and that's one heck of a credo. Just to let the fans see some of Nathan's former work, in addition to being a huge man, he's very, very flexible, very agile. You can see there a big splash coming on an opponent. In this particular frame, he literally caught an opponent coming off the top rope with a crossbody attempt and slammed him down hard, no problem. And then he's very flexible as well. Look at this super kick right to the head. So Mr. Banner is well qualified to take care of Mr. Dupree. I want to also mention that not only have I signed Nathan Banner to come into Great North Wrestling again, but we've come to terms to become a member of the Big Money Players. My stable, along with Magnum McLaren and Big Daddy Diamond, just got a whole lot stronger. And I think it's a reasonable and prudent choice, given the fact that Rene has proven that he is a unpredictably violent individual. And at the very least, my personal safety was definitely compromised. But here's the other tidbit for Rene that he needs to be aware of. I have consulted with the Great North Wrestling Executive Committee, and I'm not talking about that hapless fool, President Andrews, who's irrelevant to me at this point, but the rest of the Great North Wrestling Executive Committee have agreed to a further stipulation. And that is, not only will Rene Dupree not receive a Canadian title match if he fails to beat Nathan Banner, but he will be banned from Great North Wrestling forever. So Rene, as the saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I've also had a discussion with Mr. Banner about his role in the Big Money Players as the enforcer, the problem solver, the insurance policy, if you will. And we've also come to an agreement that I will not be responsible for any of the conduct Mr. Banner exhibits in this match with Rene Dupree, and fans should be taking full advantage of seeing Rene at the Napanee Schools Out Slam June 29th in Napanee, Ontario, because not only will it be the very last chance to see Rene Dupree in Great North Wrestling, but it could be the end of Rene Dupree's career, period. I think that's a very strong likelihood. And, there's another old saying that people throw around, and that's you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And judging by how Rene looked here at the end of the Renfrew Reckoning title match, it could very well be the end of an illustrious career in professional wrestling for Rene Dupree. So if you haven't already, fans, go to ticketweb.ca and get your tickets for the Napanee Schools Out Slam. The link is in the description, and you're going to see a night of tremendous action here. But this is one of the big co-main events that we have booked, and you're not gonna miss it. You're not going to want to miss it, because one way or another, it's going to be a history-making night, and we could all see Mr. Dupree off into the sunset. So, fans, get those tickets now at ticketweb.ca.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please help me out and like this video, then click the subscribe and get notifications buttons so you don't miss any of my latest shoot interviews, match videos,